Okay, good morning, everybody. I am out here in the Solanius system, and I was trying to figure this out earlier. I was actually on the computer. I went out and got the original uh, beacon, the listening station. I got the message from it, and I tried to find it. I bought me a Diamondback Explorer on the computer side, and I went out to this system and I read the message. I read the message from the listening beacon, and I got out here and I started looking at it, and I said something about Hooray. So I actually jumped to that system, and that's where I left myself at, was in that system. So I can come back and look later. But in the meantime, I was playing around with YouTube and I saw what the message meant. So I didn't find it on my own. So I want give the guy formerly known as Space Junk. He's got a new name, MT something. Give him credit. I was watching his video, and have I got people out here with me? Something is out here. What is on the contact list? Oh, maybe it's system planets. But yeah, I'm out here to see this ship. So anyway, I found out how to get here. You basically go out to the 10th planet in the system, and then you get your ship headed toward Hooray, H-O-R-A-E, something like that. It should be on your left panel, right panel, in the lookup list. Over here. Yeah, where is it? Somewhere in here. There it is. You basically point yourself in that direction, and then fly approximately 22,000 LS, and then you'll pick up this. So that's what we're going to head toward now. I want to see this generation ship. So I hopped in my best flyer, my best jumper, my Asp, and come out here and take a look at it. Try not to overshoot it. Yeah, a little broadcasting icon gets in your way. I can see something on my radar, but I can't tell what it is. It's got to be the system, though. But nobody out here with me. Lycaon, generation ship Lycaon. Something like that. Just taking it nice and slow, nice and easy. Apparently you can get all the logs and everything. I didn't go out to the listening beacon with this on the Xbox. I just knew where I was going. Otherwise I'd show you the message, but I don't have it. It's on the computer. Okay, our speed's good. How big that blue area is to jump in, or the disengage jump. Disengage super cruise, rather. Let's see this thing. There it is. Wow. That's as big as a station, ain't it? Got some sort of power, don't it? You got lights going. Supposedly everybody aboard is dead. They died of some sort of disease. Just give it a look over. There's more lights. Oh. Uh-oh. Dang, I didn't... It's bigger than I thought. Where in the world? Wow. Let's turn my lights on. That's where you get the logs from. I'll get them in a minute. I just wanted to see the thing. Oh, there's the engines. Okay. That is a big old ship. Almost looks like cloth or something, don't it? Like a solar cell. Is that damage? I'll run into it. Ship log uplink. Is that where the data scanner comes in? Out of range. There we go. Contagion.
Log 2463/5. Dr. Monroe made a discovery that has filled me with dread. This contagion doesn't derive from the influenza epidemic. It's altogether more alien than that. The contaminant has no human origin. It comes from Gottlieb, the scientist who was injured a few days ago. Whatever mineral he was taking a sample of must have got into his blood. It's mutated into some kind of virulent pathogen. Monroe is unable to isolate the microorganism that's causing it. It spreads fast. Quarantine hasn't worked and people are starting to panic. We're doing our best to come up with a counteragent, but I'm not sure we have the resources.
Okay, that was 3 of 5. I'm getting them out of order on a... Or if they go in order the way the ship's laid out. I'm going way too fast. Like I said, you can't see your speedometer with this little broadcasting icon. There we go. Containers. See if I can just move around with the thrusters. Data link scanner. Why aren't you scanning? Bump into it. Yeah. Maybe I gotta be in a better position. I gotta actually be able to physically see it for it to work. Where is it? How are you going to get to a point where you can see that? It looks like it's inside. Out of range. Get hit by this arm here. There you go, there's some damage. I'm 133. It's definitely in that, inside that thing. I don't see any way to get to it. Now let's try this. Oh, that's the one we just did, wasn't it? Wasn't any up here on top, was there? And they don't show up in there. You can see how far away Alinus 10 is. Says I'm in range. Oop, did I just deploy a heat sink by accident? Yeah, I did deploy a heat sink by accident. Let me turn that heat sink off for a minute. I don't need to accidentally do that again. Okay, there we go. Don't see a way to... Not an opening or anything, I don't see. Just kind of go around a little bit. Well, looks like it's all closed. Okay, let's try see if there's any more around here. Let's see, that's the top of the ship. I just came from that direction, I think. Top of the ship again. Getting confused. This thing's big. Let's fly this way a little bit. Don't know how you would get that one. We got the containers again. Guess that's the fuel. Makes me think of flying a helicopter, hovering like this. There's another one. Where is it? There you go. Ship uplink log. Yeah, see, I couldn't see the other one. Let's see yeah, we can see this one. Let's see if the scanner will work on this one right here. Yep. So you gotta be in visual range for his data link to work. This is 4 of 5.
Precision's log 2499/9. We are lost. Monroe died 2 days ago, and any chance we had of finding a cure for this epidemic died with her. Half the ship's population is already dead, and 98% of those remaining are infected.
Oh, that's part of the other message.
They're working around the clock to vent the bodies into space, but they're piling up so quickly. The riots haven't helped. People are panicking, angry, don't know what to do. When you see your family die, I guess you just get desperate. I don't know what to do. Suppose I should do my job, but it's no use. At least I've avoided an infection. For now.
Is that one? That's one right there. Two of 5.
Decisions log 2387/8. We have an emergency. The strain of influenza infecting the ship has become completely resistant to any vaccines or treatment we can find. 13% of the ship's population has now succumbed to the infection, and so far 8 have died. I've initiated emergency measures and quarantined the infected. The epidemiologist, Dr. Monroe, is working around the clock to find a solution. I'm sure she'll come up with a cure before long.
If I can get them all, I'll play them all in sequence here. There's another one over there. Go around the engines one more time. There it is. It's 5 of 5.
Decisions log 2501/7. I knew I wasn't going to avoid contracting this thing forever. I'm one of the last. This place is so quiet now. Used to teem with life, and now there's just silence along the empty corridors. I should probably go for one last walk while I still can.
That's sad. What we got? I got 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3. Okay, so number 1, that's the one I couldn't. That's the one I couldn't get to. How am I going to get to it? Or I got that one. I don't see any way to fly into this thing, is there? the one I couldn't figure out how to get to. I don't know if I can fly it. I guess I can't. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I guess I can get in there. Oh, I'm hitting something again. Something behind me. What am I hitting now? I thought I was clear. That's the one. It's gotta be the number one. But how do you see it? Because it won't scan. Stop. Ship, stop. Am I locked onto it? I'm locked onto it. Or is that the, it's not showing a data link scanner, is it? It's showing something else. Did I get that one? Flying around the infrastructure here. Bumping into all of it. At least it feels like I'm hitting something. There's only one way to know if I got this one. Oh, there is one up there. Okay. I bet I have this one. Data log already accessed. Okay. There's one on top of this thing. That's the last one. Is it on top or bottom? Where's it at? There it is. Oop, wrong direction. I thought this Aspen yaw better than this. There we go. Okay, that's got to be number one. Yep, that's number one. Okay, let's do this in order. First one.
Decisions log 2379/2. Nothing out of the ordinary to report. Minor injuries, aches, and pains from the more vulnerable crew members, and the usual bout of influenza you'd expect with so many people living in such close confines. It seems the current strain of influenza is becoming resistant to the vaccines we've developed on board. Only thing of note was a minor injury to one of the survey team. Gottlieb sustained a minor laceration. He was taking a mineral sample on a nearby asteroid. The suit got braids, but he managed to apply an emergency seal before anything serious happened. I only hope the sample he took was worth the scar it's gonna leave. Decisions log 2387/8. We have an emergency. The strain of influenza infecting the ship has become completely resistant to any vaccines or treatment we can find. 13% of the ship's population has now succumbed to the infection, and so far 8 have died. I've initiated emergency measures and quarantined the infected. The epidemiologist, Dr. Monroe, is working around the clock to find a solution. I'm sure she'll come up with a cure before long. Decisions log 2463/5. Dr. Monroe made a discovery that has filled me with dread. This contagion doesn't derive from the influenza epidemic. It's altogether more alien than that. The contaminant has no human origin. It comes from Gottlieb, the scientist who was injured a few days ago. Whatever mineral he was taking a sample of must have got into his blood. It's mutated into some kind of virulent pathogen. Monroe is unable to isolate the microorganism that's causing it. It spreads fast. Quarantine hasn't worked and people are starting to panic. We're doing our best to come up with a counteragent, but I'm not sure we have the resources. Precision's log 2499/9. We are lost. Monroe died 2 days ago, and any chance we had of finding a cure for this epidemic died with her. Half the ship's population is already dead, and 98% of those remaining are infected. Teams are working around the clock to vent the bodies into space, but they're piling up so quickly. The riots haven't helped. People are panicking, angry, don't know what to do. When you see your family die, I guess you just get desperate. I don't know what to do. Suppose I should do my job, but it's no use. At least I've avoided infection. For now. Decisions log 2501/7. I knew I wasn't going to avoid contracting this thing forever. I'm one of the last. This place is so quiet now. Used to teem with life, and now there's just silence along the empty corridors. I should probably go for one last walk while I still can.
Okay, there we have it. The last logs of the generation ship Lycaon, or however you pronounce it. That's a big old thing. Trying to get around to the side the light's shining on one more time. Yep, there it is. A generation ship. Did the camera point right? As we're backing away from it. There it is. Okay, as I'm slowly backing away, I'm going to end this broadcast. Upload to YouTube as always, and I'll catch you there. Good night, everybody.